See this 6-point star other than in Ethiopia, referred to as the Seal of King Solomon. You must visit the solid cross-shaped building structure in modern Lalibela that was carved out of solid bedrock, and the area that was left formed the square. If you jump down in that square, it's so deep. Once you look up, you're looking up from the book of Revelation 21:18, returning cubic dimensions of New Jerusalem. Now, this is where we see the Babylonian style pyramid surrounding the solid cross-shaped building structure base in Ethiopia, in Lalibela. Now, this is where we also see the 6-point star inside the interior of the solid cross-shaped building structure ceiling post, and I've given it a tag 6-point star 8. Now, we see the Q4 data, micropixelated surface data of the African atom of Genesis 2:7. Now, we also see gray and black brown extraterrestrials with 3 fingers and 1 thumb that landed upon Mount Sinai in Ezekiel's UFO 3, or biblical world within the world like UFO. That landed upon Mount Sinai. Now remember, the circular UFO that appears in the ceiling post in the cross-shaped building structure in Lalibela in Ethiopia, it is a representation of Ezekiel's biblical world within the world like UFO that had a crystal dome. However, when we talk about the Dome on the Rock, extraterrestrial Elohim that landed from Mount Sinai, we fall back to the 3 fingers and 1 thumb, gray and brown skinned extraterrestrials of our entire solar system. Now, this is where, when we look at the pillar in front of the Dome on the Rock octagonal building structure in Jerusalem, we see African faces at the top of the pillar, 8, the pillar 8 image in front of the Dome on the Rock octagonal building structure that has the golden dome. Now remember, the upside down pillar 8 reveals the 1950 film footage of this black skinned extraterrestrial. So I'm calling this the Dome of the Rock pillar in front of the octagonal building structure. We see a black alien on that pillar. So if you go to Jerusalem Temple Mount in the Middle East, the octagonal building structure, you'll see these stone pillars in front of the octagonal wall. And if you flip it upside down, you will see that the face image at the top of the pillar is representing alien Yeshua 8 image, which is a black skinned extraterrestrial with 3 fingers and 1 thumb on each hand. Now, when we go back to the 1950 film footage, we see that this extraterrestrial in the 1950 film footage is a black alien. You see the thick nose, the thick lips, but you'll see 3 circles starting from the top of his nose, well, the bottom of his nose, or his and just go down to the edge of the upper part of his lip. So you say, what is these 3 circles? Well, these 3 circles represent the constellation of Orion. But now, if you're looking at an ancient African, most of the Africans in Ethiopia or Nigeria or Somalia, they would carve their face with an image or a mark. It's referred to as a tribal mark. So when we see the 1950 film footage of a black-skinned alien with 3 fingers and 1 thumb, we see the tribal marks of the Giza Pyramid. And we see them underneath his nose. Well, it's 3 dots going down, and the smaller dot is offset from the larger 2 dots. Now, when we view the Isaiah 19:19 Giza pyramids from a helicopter, we see that the 3rd pyramid is offset from the other 2 pyramids. So that means that this African alien 33 is connected to the origin of the Isaiah 19:19 Giza pyramid. Now, however, this is where we see the Orion line within the cube of New Jerusalem, or the cube of cross image upon the Babylonian temple walls and the Biru. So once we've discovered the Orion constellation of Orion, that's connected to the cross-shaped building structure in modern Lalibela, ceiling post area 6-point star 8 central Q4 image. So now, if you take this cube of New Jerusalem and connect it to the Isaiah 19:19 Giza pyramids, you have to put that cube in the 6-point star. Now that 6-point star is only a part of the globe or octagonal equatorial perimeter of the stealth pyramids of the 12 sons of Jacob, according to the book of Psalms, 105th chapter and 23rd verse. So here we see the 4th son of Jacob in Genesis 49 chapter and 8th verse. It's the black African lion sphinx of ancient Giza, Gaza, Palestine, Ethiopia, and Jerusalem. He entered into ancient Egypt amongst the 12 sons of Jacob, according to the book of Psalms, 105th chapter and 23rd verse, where we currently see him today, couched down in front of the Isaiah 19:19 Giza pyramids, as he faces east towards 1 John 1:1, 15 billion year old sun throne that existed in the black outer regions of space before it created the 5 billion year old world. So it is this holy hydrolytic creation that's coming from the sun that returns in the cube structure in Jerusalem. However, when we go back to the constellation of Orion and the Egyptian pyramids, we see that the cube of Nibiru is connected to the Babylonian stealth pyramid E section that appears in the Dome of the Rock outer wall stone rectangular window frame. Now that's the stealth pyramid image. Now when right in the center of that E section up on the Dome of the Rock outer wall stone rectangular window frame, we see this cross image of Nibiru. Now you say, well, how come that's so important? Well, this cross image of Nibiru appears within a square. Okay, so if you're looking at the east section, you see the 5 blocks stacked on top of one another on the left and right side that they form a step that you walk upon. That's the stealth pyramid. And then if you connect 2 stealth pyramids together at their bases, right, then you'll get the E image in which we see in the Dome of the Rock outer wall stone rectangular window frame of the stealth pyramid. But then you'll see that on the left and right side of this E section, you see 1, 2, 3 group in the pyramid square, which represent the area viewed Isaiah 19:19 Giza pyramids. As viewed from a helicopter, we see 1, 2, 3 square bases. Now, when we connect the 1950 film footage of Alien 33, right, a black alien that has 3 dots underneath his nose. Okay, just like if you look like a pimple on your skin. Okay, so these dots like round pimples, but they small, and so they are aligned with the Giza pyramids. That means then that the Isaiah 19:19 Giza pyramids was connected to these extraterrestrials in the constellation of Orion.